spice, citrus, and everything nice. This spice cranberry-orange cake is the cozy cake that turns an ordinary afternoon into something worth lighting a candle for. Welcome back to the cracked mug. Cardamom, orange zest, and bright cranberries all baked into one golden swirl. And yes, frosted with a little icing magic. It truly is simple to make. Don't like cardamom? No worries, we'll substitute some other spices. So, let's get in the kitchen and make your new cool weather favorite, spiced cranberry-orange bundt cake. Come on.
Butter and flour a bundt pan. You can also use a non-stick baking spray. Set this aside.
In a large bowl, let's sieve together 320 grams, that's about 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, along with 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. To that, let's add 1¼ teaspoons of ground cardamom. If you don't like cardamom, you can switch it out to something else. You could add in some nutmeg, cinnamon, or more ginger. So 1¼ teaspoons of cardamom, 3/4 teaspoon of ground coriander, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. Give that a stir to combine and set it aside. In the bowl of your mixer, you can do this by hand mixer too. I'm using the stand mixer today. But in your bowl, we're going to add 300 grams, that's about 1.5 cups of sugar, the zest of 1 large orange or 2 small. Just going to mix that in. But it's best if you use your fingertips to rub it in. And you will end up with a lovely orange scented sugar. And that sugar is going to be equally distributed throughout your cake. There's nothing like your hands to get stuff done. To that, we're going to add 170 grams, so that's 3/4 cup of unsalted butter, room temperature. Pop it onto your mixer. We're going to beat this on medium-high for about 3 to 4 minutes. Clean the side of your bowl occasionally. Okay, that's much better. It's light and fluffy. It will not go as pale as normal because we have the orange in there. Clean the side of your bowl. Here I'm going to add 80 milliliters, 1/3 cup of a neutral oil, like canola. And we're going to add that in, then medium speed for 1 minute. Nice and creamy looking, well combined. Okay, now let's add our eggs, one at a time. These eggs are at room temperature. And we're just going to beat for 1 minute after each addition on medium speed. And the final one. Clean your bowl. And yay, the eggs did not separate. Amazing. I did have everything at room temperature, but that doesn't always work. 2 teaspoons vanilla extract. 1 cup, that's 235 grams of plain Greek yogurt. Low speed until it's just blended in and creamy. To that, we're going to add half our flour mixture. Very low speed until it's just barely blended in. A few streaks is okay. Clean your bowl, add the second half of your flour, and again, blend very slowly, and it's okay if there are streaks in there. We're going to finish this by hand. Good enough. So that is 200 grams of cranberries, about 2 cups, coarsely chopped. Chop them on a chopping board. Maybe place the chopping board in a cookie tray just to help contain these very round, love to travel cranberries. Otherwise you'll be picking them up all over your kitchen. In they go. Fold these in gently. We want to keep an eye out too to make sure there's no flour left over. Look, there's nothing to this. And the orange hue is being replaced by a little red hue from the cranberries. The only thing left to do is put it into our pan. Even it out, make it as level as possible. Off to the oven.
Pop into a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius, for 55 to 60 minutes, until it's a light golden brown and a toothpick comes out clean.
That was 55 minutes. I can see it's beginning to pull away from the side, has a lovely spring and crack, and the skewer comes out clean. Very good. Going to let this sit here for 5 minutes, and then we're going to take it out of the tin. So it's been 5 minutes, and that is still too hot to handle. So we'll flip it out onto a cooling rack, hopefully. Hot. Oh my, that is beautiful. Oh, it smells so good. I am going to let that sit there until it cools. I also might have made a little one. Usually when I make a cake or a batter, I like to put one into a ramekin to see how it bakes up. Obviously a much shorter time, that was 24 minutes. I like to see if I can turn a batter or a cake batter into muffins at some point. And this rose beautifully, and now I know I can make muffins out of this. Here I have 275 grams, that's about 2 1/4 cups of confectionery sugar, powdered sugar. In this glass I have 3 tablespoons of pomegranate juice. You can also use cranberry juice. We may not use it all, we'll see, but we'll add about 2 tablespoons now. And mix. There, it's gotten all 3 tablespoons. I'm going to add a teaspoon at a time. Still just a little too thick, so maybe half a teaspoon. All right, so 1 more 1/4 teaspoon. We'll get there eventually. We just don't want it too runny, and we don't want it too thick, or else it will not pour over our cake. That looks better. Yep, I'm happy with that. All right, let's ice a cake. Because I'm reckless, I'm going to put a little squeeze of lemon juice in there, just to cut that sweetness. I'm doing this in a baking tray with some wax paper and on its rack so that I can make a mess and clean it up easy afterwards. Here we go now. And just let it run down the sides and into the center as well. Can't forget that little guy. Let's give him a little something. The mess has been contained. If I needed more, I can take it from here, but I don't think I need any more. Allow this to cool completely and for the icing to set. You can keep this cake out covered for about 3 days. Otherwise, for longer periods, put it in the refrigerator. Can't wait to try it. Pretty darn simple to make, let me tell you. And it looks spectacular. Really, smells wonderful too. Don't know how I bought a fork because it just begs to be picked up. All right, here goes. Love those cranberries. Oh. That's delicious. Oh. You get the buttery and spice first. It's very rich, delicious. And then the tart cranberry and the zest of orange. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Always when I try icing by itself, I think it's way too sweet. But because this cake is not sweet, that slight amount of sweetness in the icing really complements it. If you make a cake this season, let it be this one. I'm just going to eat the whole thing. Here's a word from Kathy.
Hey lovely, would you kindly like, comment and subscribe for more content? It will help the channel to grow. Thanks a bunch, and now let's eat more cake.
I might have taken a sliver more. I love the tart cranberries in this. Now, I will say this. I expected a bigger cake of cardamom, so I'm thinking the potency of my cardamom might be a little off. It's about a year old, so it may be just a little weak. Make this cake, you're going to love it. That's it. If you do make it, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And until next time, mind yourself.
Toodaloo from me.
I'll be minding myself. Bye.